A psalm of Asaph. This one starts with joyful worship but turns into God speaking directly to his people. The theme here is God desires to bless his people, but they must listen, okay? The structure is celebration, reminder, warning, longing, okay? That's the flow. So, sing for joy to God, our strength. They are told to shout aloud, begin the music, play tambourine, harp, and lyre, sound the trumpet. This likely refers to a festival like the Feast of Trumpets, okay? Trumpets, sorry. Why celebrate? Because God established it as a reminder after bringing Israel out of Egypt. Worship keeps story alive, okay? Now God speaks. I remove the burden from their shoulders. Yeah. He freed them from slavery. They cried out in trouble. He rescued them. He tested them at the waters of Meribah. Deliverance created a relationship of trust. Then, hear me, my people, if only you would listen. God reminds them of the first commandment: You shall have no foreign God among you. Then a beautiful promise: Open wide your mouth and I will fill it. Meaning, I want to provide abundantly. God's commands protect the channel of blessing, okay? The tragedy here: my people would not listen to me. So God says, I gave them over their stubborn hearts. This is a form of judgment, not forced punishment, but letting them alive with their own choices. Ignoring God often leads to self created consequences, okay? Then, if my people would only listen to me, God says he would have subdued their names quickly, turned his hand against their foes, fed them with the finest wheat, satisfied them with honey from the rock. The tone is almost sorrowful, okay? Many blessings are lost through stubbornness. What are key lessons from Psalm 81? The first lesson is worship should remember God's past deliverance. Second lesson, listening to God is the foundation of blessing. Third lesson, idolatry breaks the relationship with God. Fourth lesson, ignoring God leads to living with our own stubborn choices. Fifth lesson, God desires to provide abundantly. Final lesson, obedience unlocks protection and provision. Psalm 81 begins with joyful celebration but quickly turns into God's lament over his people's refusal to listen. He reminds them that he delivered them from slavery and commanded them to worship him alone. Despite his promise to provide abundantly, they chose stubborn independence. As a result, God allowed them to follow their own desires. The psalm ends with God expressing what could have been victory over enemies and abundant provision. It teaches that blessing flows from listening to God. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one.